Good morning, class 6. We will do the last chapter of your A Pact with the Sun, a Strange Wrestling Match. It's a very interesting story, although it is not in your course, but I am just giving you the explanation of the story. Everybody believed that Vijay Singh, the famous wrestler, was unbeatable. Vijay Singh was a bit boastful at times. Once he took it upon himself to fight a ghost. So here we are going to talk about the you can say the protagonist of the story is Vijay Singh, and but he had one, or like you can say, the bad quality that he himself praised, like to praise himself. So there was once a wrestler called Vijay Singh, a tall man with massive shoulders and muscular arms. He towered over others like a giant. Vijay Singh, people said, was a born wrestler and could beat all other wrestlers in the world. This Pahalwan had but one shortcoming, which often landed him in awkward situations. He was fond of boasting. One day he was sitting in the marketplace surrounded by several young men. After drinking many glasses of milk, he suddenly proclaimed, "Why are people afraid of ghosts? I am not. I wish I met a stout ghost. I'd teach him a lesson." So, as we have discussed, that this was his shortcoming, that he used to, you know, say things which were not required. So here, after having several glasses of milk, he just said or claimed that I don't know why people are scared of ghost, and he said that he is not scared of the ghost, and he can fight a very strong ghost. So there were murmurs of applause as well as apprehension among the young men. "If you walk alone at night through the haunted desert," one of them said, "you are sure to meet ghosts. They roam there freely. Strange shrieks and moans can be heard all over the place. Travelers have been looted and killed. Would you really want to go there?" Vijay Singh's mighty heart missed a beat or two. Why did he have to boost? "Yes, I have heard of the haunted desert," he said nonchalantly. "I think it's just a fairy tale." So, since he proclaimed that he can fight a ghost, so people said, "Why don't you walk alone at night? And it is said that you can meet a ghost." But then, when he heard this, he was also scared. But then he has already proclaimed, himself that he's ready to fight. So he couldn't say anything. He said, "Yeah, I have also heard it." But then he said that I think that is all fairy tale. "Oh no," said one of his admirers. "It's true. This place is 10 miles to the west of the road to Jaisalmer. The landmark is an ugly black rock that looks like the head of a camel. Beyond that, there is nothing but sand and wilderness, and of course, ghost." So one of his, one of the followers, or one of the person who admired him, he told him the place, that if you could just move from here 10 miles to the road of Jaisalmer, there you will see a rock which looked like the head of a camel. So that was the landmark. Beyond that place, nobody could be seen, only it is believed that only ghosts could be seen. Now, almost the entire village turned up that evening to bid farewell to Vijay Singh, who was ready to set out west. Just then, an old woman came forward and thrust a small packet into his hands, and Vijay Singh started walking into the red sunset of the desert. So, when he was going, everybody came to say, wish him luck, and one old woman gave him something. As he walked, the night deepened, the moon was bright, and the stars shone clearly in the Rajasthan sky. Still, a few miles short of his destination, Vijay Singh remembered the old woman's packet. He opened it and found nothing but a lump of salt and an egg. The old woman was well known for her eccentricities. So that means like she was little eccentric, a person who is not very who is not using the common sense. As Vijay Singh stepped into the haunted desert, he heard a voice. Vijay Singh, you will get lost in the desert. Come this way, I am your friend, Natwar." At once Vijay Singh realized it was not his friend but a ghost. Trying to sound brave, he called back, "Where are you, my dear Natvar? It's dark and I cannot see you. Come here and show me the way." Like all the good wrestlers, Vijay Singh wanted to size up his enemy. So when the ghost gave him, called him up in a voice which was familiar to him, it was the voice of his friend Natvar. But then he realized that his friend is not there, it is the ghost who is calling him. So he asked the ghost to come in front of him so that he can see his friend. But then, what was his intention? He wanted to see the size of the ghost. Soon the ghost appeared at his side. Vijay Singh peered into his face and declared, "You are just a plain lying ghost. Anyway, now I don't like to walk at night. I was longing to meet you." Not used to insult, the ghost was taken aback. Now, he didn't show him that he was scared. So he said, "Oh, you are nothing but plain lying ghost." So ghost, for him, for the ghost, it was like an insult. So people generally start what would have happened. People generally started shouting in the fear, or they might have they would run away or something. But then he said that you are just plain so he didn't show him that he was scared. They often fainted, but here was this unfeeling creature claiming he wanted to meet a ghost. It didn't make sense. "Really, I don't know why you long to meet me," the ghost said. Because Vijay Singh said that I was not willing, now I was tired, so I was not willing to walk more. That I didn't feel like walking whole night to see you. So now the ghost was astonished because he has never expected a person who wanted to meet a ghost. "Really, I don't know why you long to meet me." Therefore, he was little surprised. "That proves," said Vijay Singh in a bored voice, "that you are a stupid ghost. The least a ghost can do is to read a man's thoughts. However, a worthless ghost like you is better than no ghost. The fact is, I am tired of wrestling with men. I want to fight a ghost." Now, Vijay Singh said, "This proves that you are a stupid ghost because you cannot read my mind." And it is believed that ghost can read the mind. And he said that I wanted to meet the ghost because I was tired by having wrestling match with human beings. Now I wanted to have a match with a ghost. The ghost was speechless. Marshalling his ghostly wits, he made an attempt to look Vijay Singh scornfully in the eye. "Frankly," he said, "you don't appear all that strong to me." "Appearances can be deceptive," Vijay Singh said. "Take your own case. You claim to be Natvar, though actually you are a rascal of a ghost. If you doubt my strength, let me give you a demonstration of it." So the ghost was listening to him. He was speechless because Vijay Singh said that he wanted to fight a ghost. So he said, "Okay, but then I don't feel that you are very strong." Ghost was trying to pose that you but then Vijay Singh again gave him a very smart answer. He said that don't go on the appearances. Appearances are deceptive. This line has been taken from Shakespeare, right? And you claim to be Natvar, so Vijay Singh told the ghost that you claim to be Natvar, but then you are not Natvar, and you are actually a stupid ghost. So he said, "Now I can give you a proof that I am a strong man, a strong wrestler." Vijay Singh picked up a piece of rock from the sand. "Take this," he offered it to the ghost, "and squeeze it hard. It is filled with fluid. See if I am wrong." While the ghost tried to squeeze the rock first with one hand, then with both, Vijay Singh stealthily took out the egg from his pocket. So Vijay Singh took a piece of rock and gave it to the ghost and said, "Now squeeze it." And tight, and after you have done it, a fluid will come out, a liquid will come out of it. So ghost tried doing it from one hand, then he took it into another hand. In the meanwhile, Vijay Singh quietly took out the egg from his pocket. Vijay Singh snatched the rock from the ghost and placed it between both hands and squeezed. At once, the yellow yolk oozed out from around his fingers, and the crackling of the eggshells created the illusion of the stone being crushed. So, because like when the shell was crushed, that produced the noise. So the ghost was so astonished he did not notice Vijay Singh bending to clean his hands with sand and disposing of the telltale shell. Vijay Singh then picked up another piece of rock and gave it to Ghost. Without a word, the ghost took it, felt it, and peered at it. Vijay Singh put his hands into his pocket to take out the lump of salt. So, with this, Ghost was so surprised that he didn't notice that Vijay Singh had bent down to, clean his hands in the sand. Then he again took out picked one stone, and Ghost didn't say anything and took the stone quietly. This is only a stone, protested the ghost, and anyway it is too dark to see. Never heard of a ghost who can't see in the dark, remarked Vijay Singh. That stone which you hold in your hand contains salt. Crumble it and see. Again the ghost tried to crush the stone, but in vain. He handed over the stone to Vijay Singh. The ghost was now beginning to doubt his ghostly powers. I can see that you are not going to be worthy opponent. What's the use of wrestling with a weakling whom I can floor in a minute? So saying, Vijay Singh casually crumbled the lump of salt and let the stone drop in the darkness. He held out his hand and commanded the ghost to taste the powdered stone. So, now second time when the ghost tried, obviously the stone was not able, he was not able to crush the stone. In the meanwhile, Vijay Singh took out the salt from his pocket and he crumbled it, and then he asked the ghost to taste it, and he said that now it will be tasting like a salt. Mesmerized with the Pahalwan's extraordinary strength, the ghost did as he was told. Alarm shot through him. This man could easily vanquish him in a wrestling bout in the dark, but perhaps he could be tricked in another ways. So the ghost, now the Vijay Singh said that there is no use of fighting with a weak ghost whom I can easily defeat. And the ghost said that realized that there was no point fighting with him because he is such a brave man, or he is a pahalwan who was able to crush two stones, so he will be able to defeat him very easily. So he thought of doing something so that he can save himself. Assuming a servile manner, the ghost said, Friend Vijay Singh, it is an honor to meet you, a man like you. I admit to being defeated, but where will you go tonight? So the ghost said that there is no point of fighting. I admit that I have been defeated, and there is no point going out at night. So rest in my house, and you can leave early in the morning. Now thoroughly elated, Vijay Singh replied, I cannot refuse your hospitality, but tomorrow you will go with me as my prisoner. I must display the trophy of my victory to my people. The ghost bowed in agreement, but silently vowed to kill Vijay Singh in the night. He led him to his house in the cave. So they both went inside the cave. Ghost thought that he is going to kill Vijay Singh at night, and Vijay Singh said that in the morning he asked the ghost to accompany him so that he can show his people that he has defeated a ghost. The ghost fed him with dry fruits and lot of milk, and later led him to a luxurious bed to sleep on, complete with pillows and bolster. But Vijay Singh lay awake, listening to the snores of the ghost. In the middle of the night, he slipped off his bed. He placed a bolster in the center of the bed, throwing over it a coverlet to make it look exactly like a sleeping man. Having done this, he crouched watchfully in a dark corner. Sure enough, just before the break of dawn, the ghost approached the bed and, armed with a stout club, he brought the club down on what he thought was Vijay Singh's head. Not hearing even a groan, he smiled, pleased that he had killed his enemy. So at night, Vijay Singh was not able to sleep, so he lay awake and he was listening to the snores of the ghost who was sleeping in the other room. But at night, Vijay Singh got up from his bed and he placed that bolster in such a way that it appeared as if somebody was sleeping. And he slipped out from the bed. And when it was about to, in the morning, at dawn, the ghost appeared with a club in his hand, and he hit Vijay, assuming that Vijay Singh was sleeping, and he hit him very hard. And since there was no noise, or the ghost thought that he was able to kill Vijay Singh. However, just to make doubly sure, he struck the bolster 6 times more. Satisfied with his work, he returned to his couch and, covering his head, settled down to sleep again. Meanwhile, Vijay Singh crept silently back into bed. After a pause, he groaned, as if in disgust, threw back his coverlet, and sat up. Disturbed by the noise, the ghost peeped from under his bedclothes to see the strong man stretching his arms above his head and yawning. So, when after hitting him, the ghost went back to sleep again, and quietly Vijay Singh came on his bed and got inside the blanket. And after some time, he just threw away the coverlet, and just with this, the ghost got disturbed, and from there, then he quietly, from his beneath his clothes, he saw that the strong man, he was stretching his arms and yawning. For a moment, the ghost turned rigid with shock because he didn't feel that he was alive. Friend ghost, there are insects in your cave, said Vijay Singh in complaining voice. Here I was enjoying the sweetest sleep I have had in years, and there comes with insect to trouble me. I distinctly counted 7 flappings of his wings. Of course, it has not bitten me, but it's most annoying. The ghost panicked. Those 7 blows would have reduced any other man to pulp. There is no safety near a formidable wrestler like this, he thought, and fled from the cave, leaving behind all his ill gotten wealth. It took several camels from the village to remove the property Vijay Singh had acquired. He returned much of it to the rightful owners. He went especially to the old women, thanked her for her invaluable gift, and asked for her granddaughter's hand in marriage. Thenceforth, Vijay Singh was more careful about boosting. It is said that no traveller was ever troubled again in the haunted desert. So this is Rajasthani folk tale, and it was written by Indira David, and I hope you must have enjoyed the story. Thank you, class.